costly in terms of personnel, and then there was costly in terms of... So St Kilda had this billing, they had to get off to a winning start. And they were outplayed by Collingwood for 80% of the night. Few familiar foibles. So Max King didn't kick the goals that were on offer.
Didn't take the marks. Yeah.
Didn't. And they just felt... Sometimes you look at a team in round one and go, they just look plain.
It's as though... This is a general statement. There was some errors that have been talked about in the last 2.5 days about players, what players should do in moments. And many years ago, it was called first option. Many years ago, it's not called that now. What it is now, it's called team football. And what clearly some players at St Kilda, again, it's a general sweeping statement, but hey, it's round one. They don't think team first. And so it's not drilled into them think team first. It's give it to me, I'll do it, which is not a bad attitude to have if you're a superstar of the competition, because generally that's what we do. The superstars are the superstars because they can compete. OK, Christian Petrarca's got the ball from 52 and he done handball, he'll generally kick the goal. Jack Higgins get it, not handball, misses. Hey, he's there.
Yep.
Where's the team football? And we talked about last year with their defence, Gerard. How come they're all not running defensively together? So that's only an issue. I mean, I don't know if I'm right or wrong, but that's what I saw.
So the start of their season is really important because it's trying to dovetail off a really sound finish last year where they fixed a lot of their sins in the season. So what does it look like as they start off anew? They miss out.
It was a bad loss. It was a really bad loss.
Yep. The MRO's verdicts are in, so these are contentious on a few fronts. The first was that Willie Rioli got the week suspension, which simply had to be.
It had to be.
We're surely far enough down the track, even though the umpire didn't pay a free kick in the moment, which was breathtaking, where you just knew that was a suspension. That is beyond careless.
The error was
lucky
made.
to get a week.
Oh, yeah, Gerard, and I don't know what these... everyone says careless. I call it reckless. You know what he did? He jumped off the ground. As soon as you jump off the ground like that, you lose control of what you're doing. So actually, in the end, he just said, oh, I'm in trouble here. I'm turning my back. I'm turning me back. And he got a week. He had to get a week. He just had to get a week.
Yes.
If he didn't get a week, you would... Man, I don't know what you would do.
Oh, we'd have to fold it all up.
We would. We'd walk off.
We have come so far on that front that one's really obvious. It's the same grading, careless, medium and high, as Mitch Robinson gets.
This is a big one.
Now, this is bound for the tribunal tomorrow night.
Right. This is really difficult because we've got to protect people. But what I need to know, Gerard, and I need the AFL to tell me and the players and the fans, what is Mitch Robinson supposed to do? Now, last year, and if we can call it up, I hope we've got it. Last year, when McKay went through Hunter Clark, I said he should have been suspended. Look at this. This is to kamikaze. Now, do you know that Mitch Robinson could have done that? He could have done that. But Mitch Robinson actually said, oh, he's in a vulnerable position here. I've got to stop. I can't do that. I've got to stop. So he stopped and braced, and Dersma kept on going, got a slight nudge from McStay, and he goes into Robinson, and Robinson gets the week. What do you think's the worst act? Robinson stopping or McKay kamikaze at the ball and put Hunter out for 8-10
that
weeks?
velocity is something else. So the one thing the game has said is what you can't do in that scenario is make eye contact with the player over the footy.
But what if the player...
That's 12 years' worth of evolution that Mark Williams got started. Yeah. And then you're right in the margins as it goes to the tribunal tomorrow night. Look at that. But the AFL can't walk that back. So this charge had to be laid, and now it's up to Robinson to just explain the circumstances
of what you're thinking. And I think the tribunal's got a position. Everything changes.
Yeah, but if we're going to we err in protecting the player with his head over the ball.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean we continue to err if it's not right. Right? We actually got to disseminate between... This was brought in to stop Byron Pickett going bang over people. To the point now, Mitch Robinson's never stopped. He's never stopped going for the ball in the history of his career. He has never stopped. So the red flag went up. I can't keep going. If I keep going, I'm going to kill him. So he stopped. He stopped, turned to protect, And Dersma goes into him and says, well, that's your fault.
Yeah.
What is Mitch supposed to do?
It makes Robinson's testimony tomorrow night really interesting, and then the former players get to sit there. But the AFL can't step back from we protect at all costs the player with his head over the ball. So we'll pick this up tomorrow night because the case will be before us.
I'm more passionate about this than you.
Yeah, so Rory Sloane has been suspended for intentional contact to the eye area, which was the charge we saw last year that Andrew Brayshaw was suspended for a week for.
So where is it? There?
There.
Ah.
It's the fingers raking across the eye. So that's graded as intentional conduct. Now, I wouldn't mind betting that Rory Sloane at home is going, there's no way known I intended to do that.
I think so.
It wouldn't surprise me if that goes to the tribunal under careless rather than intentional.
It was a furious moment. There was arms going everywhere a bit.
I don't think that will sit particularly comfortable with Rory Sloane.
Rory Sloane's not
the eyes.
Not having to go
and then there's the howler that is Sam Draper, which I just cannot understand why he wouldn't be charged with intentionally punching, and then he can go to the tribunal and pretend that it was careless rather than inventing an excuse for it. Remember last year in round 1, there was the elbow that was botched and it rippled right through the season. That is just a complete botch in round 1. If Draper doesn't think he meant to do it, let him go to the tribunal.